The starship Aurora Lance drifted through the quiet darkness of Sector 9, far from any busy trade route or known colony. Only faint starlight touched its silver hull, and the engines hummed in a calm, steady beat. Inside, the crew of 20 humans carried out their normal duties. They had no idea that their calm shift would soon break into the most unusual first contact event of the century. Captain Rhea Morgan stood on the bridge, studying the star map. She was known for her calm mind and sharp thinking. Her crew trusted her even in the strangest situations. She had explored asteroid belts, rescued stranded miners, and led missions during storms of plasma that would have melted other ships. But nothing she had ever seen compared to what appeared on the sensors that day. Lieutenant Haru looked up from the detection console with wide eyes. "Captain, we're getting a distress call, but the signal format, it's not human, not even close." Rhea walked over, her boots tapping lightly on the metal floor. On the screen, a pulsing golden symbol rotated slowly, almost like a living creature. "Put it on main display," she ordered. A wave of strange musical tones filled the bridge, high and low notes mixed like a chorus trying to speak through static. The crew exchanged confused looks. "Can you translate it?" Rhea asked. "I'll try," Haru answered, fingers flying over the controls. After a moment, words appeared as rough text on the screen. "Help. Ship damaged. Life support failing. Request contact with nearest intelligent species." The crew fell silent. There had been rumors of alien civilizations beyond the border sectors, but no confirmed sightings. Many believed humans were still too early in their expansion to meet anyone advanced. Yet here they were, receiving a distress call from something truly alien. Rhea took a slow breath. "Location?" Haru pointed to a spot on the holographic map. 100,000 kilometers off our starboard side. "Not far." "Set course," Rhea said immediately. "We can't ignore someone in trouble, human or not." The Aurora Lance turned, engines glowing blue as it sped toward the unknown signal. 15 minutes later, the alien vessel came into view. Gasps echoed across the bridge. The ship looked nothing like human engineering. It was shaped like a giant crystal bloom, petals of metal and glowing stone branching outward. Light pulsed through it like a heartbeat, though now many sections were dark and broken. Cracks ran along its outer shell as though it had been struck by meteors or weapons. "Life signs?" Rhea asked. "One," Haru said. "Faint but stable. Open a channel." Static answered. No words, no musical tones. The alien ship was too damaged. Rhea turned to the crew. "Prepare an away team. Bring environmental suits, translation equipment, and emergency supplies." Within minutes, Rhea, Haru, and Medic Silva moved through the airlock and crossed the empty space between the two ships. Their boots clamped onto the alien hull with magnetic force. The damaged crystal petals rose around them like frozen waves. Silva ran a scanner over a crack. "This alloy, it's like metal mixed with light reactive minerals. Humans have never made anything like this." "Keep focused," Rhea said. "Life sign is close." They reached a circular entrance partly opened by damage. Haru placed an interface tool against it. A soft blue glow spread outward, and the door slid open with a gentle hum. Inside was a corridor filled with soft violet light. Every surface seemed grown, not built, curving, smooth, and elegant. The air smelled faintly of something sweet and unfamiliar, like alien flowers. Silva checked her scanner. "The life form is near a chamber ahead." The away team moved forward carefully until they reached a large room. In the center lay a tall figure, silver-skinned with flowing tendrils instead of hair, and glowing lines running symmetrically across her body like living circuitry. She breathed slowly, weakly. Haru whispered, "Is that their queen?" Silva scanned her. "Vital signs unstable. If we don't help her, she won't last long. Rhea knelt beside the alien and activated her helmet's speaker. We're here to help. Can you understand me? For a moment, nothing happened. Then the alien's eyes opened, bright, luminous gold. She looked at the humans in shock, then in curiosity. A soft voice echoed from her throat, but the words were musical and unfamiliar. The translator on Rhea's suit tried to process the patterns. After a moment, a rough translation projected through the helmets. I am Queen Lysara of the Solari Dominion. You are not Solari. You look small, yet your energy is strong. Rhea kept her voice calm and steady. We're human. We came because we received your distress call. Lysara tried to sit up but winced in pain. Silva gently supported her, placing a stabilizer patch along her side. You saved me, Lysara whispered. We thought humans were only a rumor. Explorers spoke of a species that faced storms, hunger, and frozen worlds, yet still traveled the stars. I never believed it. Rhea smiled slightly behind her visor. We do our best. Lysara studied her closely. Her glowing eyes widened even more. Incredible. You truly live in all seasons? You adapt to cold, heat, drought, flood, all year round? Rhea exchanged a quick look with Haru and Silva. Well, yes, Rhea answered. Humans adapt fast. It's one of the reasons we're still around. Lysara seemed almost breathless with awe. That is impossible for most species. Our kind must enter long rest cycles. Others hide during storms or wait for environmental harmony. But humans, you survive chaos without cycle or pause? Pretty much, Haru said. We just keep trying. Lysara stared, stunned, almost speechless. Remarkable. Humans are more resilient than our star scholars predicted. Rhea gently placed a hand on Lysara's shoulder to help her sit upright. We can continue this conversation aboard our ship. Your vessel is unstable. As if responding to her words, a deep groan echoed through the alien hull. Lights flickered. A panel above them cracked loudly. Time to go, Silva said quickly. Rhea tapped her comm. Aurora Lance, prepare for emergency transport. They supported Lysara as they moved through the corridor. The alien queen tried to walk, but her steps were weak and uncertain. When they reached the exit, the Aurora Lance extended a gravity tether, pulling them safely across. Once inside the human ship's medical bay, Silva and the other medics connected Lysara to supportive equipment that maintained her environment. The alien queen watched them work with fascination. You do not fear the unknown, she said softly. You approach danger with open hands, not weapons. Rhea replied, helping others is part of who we are. Lysara's glowing eyes met hers. Your kind may change the balance of our galaxy. Rhea pulled up a chair beside the bed. Let's take this one step at a time. First, we help you recover. Then we figure out who attacked your ship. At those words, a shadow passed over Lysara's expression. It was no accident, she said quietly. We were hunted. Rhea leaned forward. By whom? Lysara closed her eyes, gathering strength. Then she spoke with firm clarity. By the Draxian Dominion, destroyers of worlds. They want to erase us. And now that you rescued me, humans may be in their path as well. Silence filled the room. The calm mission through Sector 9 had turned into something far bigger than any of them expected. Something dangerous. Something that involved entire civilizations. Rhea stood, her resolve sharpening. Then we'll face them together. Lysara opened her eyes again, and for the first time, a faint smile touched her alien features. Perhaps the galaxy truly has underestimated your species. The hum of the Aurora Lance grew steady beneath them, like the beating heart of humanity's courage. Rhea looked out at the stars, knowing this was only the beginning. And humanity, adaptable, stubborn, unstoppable, would not back down. Not now. Not ever. The medical bay of the Aurora Lance glowed with soft white lights as Queen Lysara slowly regained her strength. Her silver skin shimmered faintly now, no longer dull like when the humans first found her. The glowing lines across her body pulsed in steady rhythm, showing she was healing. Captain Rhea Morgan stood nearby, arms crossed as she watched the alien queen carefully. She had questions, many of them, but she also knew not to overwhelm a recovering guest. Lysara looked around the room again with quiet fascination. "Your ship feels different," she said. "Human design is sharp, direct, honest." Rhea smiled. "We do what works." "It is refreshing," Lysara replied softly. Medic Silva approached, scanning Lysara's vitals. "Your condition is stable. Your energy levels are rising. Another hour, and you can move freely." Lysara nodded gently. "Your kindness is heard clearly. The Solari do not forget such things." Before Rhea could respond, the ship's alarm chimed. Not loud, but urgent. Lieutenant Haru's voice came through the comm. "Captain, you need to see this. We're detecting movement in the sector." Rhea turned to Lysara. "I'll return soon. Rest." But Lysara suddenly reached out, gripping Rhea's wrist with unexpected strength. "Be cautious. The Draxians do not let prey escape twice." Rhea gave a firm nod. "We'll be ready." On the bridge, the tension was thick. The crew worked quickly, screens glowing with red and orange warnings. Haru pointed to the main display where a small moving dot crossed the map. "A ship just entered long-range sensors," he said. "Unknown signature. But it's not Solari, and definitely not human." Rhea leaned closer. "Can we identify it?" Haru swallowed. "The energy pattern matches the description found in Solari archives we decoded from their ship." Rhea finished the sentence for him. "The Draxian Dominion." The bridge fell silent. Even without meeting one, every crew member felt a chill. Something about the name alone suggested destruction. Rhea straightened. "How far?" 200,000 kilometers and closing." Haru magnified the dot. "They seem to be scanning, possibly searching for something." "They're looking for Lysara," Rhea said, "or her ship." Silva entered the bridge just in time to hear that. "If they find us?" Rhea didn't let the fear settle. "They won't, not if we act fast. Haru, reduce our energy output. Minimal power. Make the ship look like drifting debris." Haru nodded immediately. "Aye, Captain." The lights dimmed slightly as the Aurora Lance powered down non-essential systems. The large windows on the bridge showed stars slowly drifting by as the engines shifted to silent mode. Rhea turned to the crew. "No transmissions, no signals, total quiet." As the ship sank deeper into silence, the only sound was the soft hum of life support, steady and calm despite the danger. 30 quiet minutes passed. The alien vessel drew closer on sensors, now a sharp red icon. Its strange shape slid across the starfield, jagged, dark, almost like a metal beast with wings folded inward. Haru whispered, "Their scans are wide-range but rough. If we keep still, we might look like space dust." Rhea kept her eyes locked on the red icon. "Everyone stay sharp." The Draxian ship passed above the Aurora Lance, silent but heavy, like a predator gliding over the grass, sniffing for prey. The hull of the Aurora Lance vibrated faintly under the pressure of the Draxian scan. "Distance, 20,000 kilometers," Haru reported softly. Rhea felt sweat on her palms. She didn't show it. 10,000, 5,000, 1,000. The Draxian ship slowed. Rhea whispered, "Hold position." Then the alien ship surged forward again, drifting past at last. Haru exhaled slowly. "They didn't find us." Relieved whispers rippled through the bridge, but Rhea didn't relax yet. "Track its path." 3 minutes later, Haru frowned at his screen. Captain, this isn't good. They're heading directly toward Lysara's ship. Rhea stepped closer. The map confirmed it. The Draxian vessel was gliding toward the broken Solari ship, still floating in space. They'll search it, Silva said. And then? Then they'll realize she's missing, Rhea replied, and they'll search for who rescued her. Haru looked up. Which leads them to us. Rhea tapped her fingers on the console, thinking quickly. We can't let them gather evidence from the Solari ship. If they find data logs or energy residue, it will point straight to our position, Silva asked. So what's the plan? Rhea looked at the two of them with firm resolve. We destroy the Solari ship before they reach it. The crew stared, stunned. Haru hesitated. Captain, that ship is her home, her people's technology. Rhea nodded. I know, but if we don't, both humans and Solari may become targets. I won't risk starting a war because we hesitated. Silva looked at her, struggling with the idea. Will Lysara understand? Rhea answered quietly. She's a queen. She knows hard decisions. Minutes later, the Aurora Lance moved carefully into position behind a drifting asteroid field. The Solari ship floated in the distance, beautiful even in its broken state, glowing faintly like a dying star. The Draxian vessel moved toward it, scanning deeply. Haru's voice was tense. They're less than 1 minute from reaching it. Rhea raised her hand. Prepare pulse torpedo. Aim for the reactor core. The weapon officer locked on. Target acquired. Rhea closed her eyes briefly. I'm sorry, Lysara, she whispered. Then she opened them with resolve. Fire! A bright blue pulse shot from the Aurora Lance. It streaked across space, weaving through debris, moving straight toward the Solari ship. 1 heartbeat. 2. Then, a brilliant explosion lit the darkness. Crystal petals shattered. Light burst outward like a giant star blooming and fading in seconds. The Solari vessel dissolved into golden sparkles. The Draxian ship stopped suddenly, scanning the spreading dust cloud. Haru checked the readings. Their sensors think it was a delayed reactor failure. They're not detecting us. Rhea exhaled slowly. Good. Let's retreat before they change their mind. But before they could move... Captain! Haru cried. New reading! Something just launched from the Draxian ship! On screen, a sharp object streaked through space, small, fast, needle-shaped. What is it? Silva asked. Haru's voice tightened. A probe. And it's searching for energy signatures, including ours. Rhea sat straight. How long until it reaches our hiding spot? 2 minutes. Too soon, Silva whispered. Rhea made her decision quickly. Prepare evasive maneuvers and power up the engines, quietly. Haru stared. But activating engines increases our signature. Yes, Rhea said, but staying still means the probe will eventually find us. We need to move, slow, quiet, and smart. Use the asteroid field as cover. Make our trail unpredictable. Haru nodded. Understood. The Aurora Lance drifted backward, engines humming softly as it slipped between 2 large rocks. The probe shot past one side, scanning with sharp pulses of red light. Left thruster, 2%, Rhea commanded. The ship slid behind a larger asteroid. The probe tilted, scanning again. Downward drift, 4 degrees. Keep the engine noise low. The battle became a dance. Careful, slow, precise. The humans moved the ship with the finesse of people threading a needle while blindfolded. 30 long seconds. 60. 90. Finally, the probe turned away. Haru stared. It lost us. Silva let out a long breath of relief. We actually did it. Rhea looked at the map as the Draxian ship recalled its probe and vanished into warp space with a loud energy spike. Only then did she allow herself to fully relax. Good work, everyone. But this isn't over. They'll return, they always do. Back in the medical bay, Lysara sensed the tension before Rhea even entered. Her golden eyes lifted slowly. "You hid from them," she said. "I felt the energy shift from my bed." Rhea nodded. "They searched the area." "And my ship?" Lysara whispered. Rhea hesitated. Lysara studied her face. "You destroyed it." Rhea exhaled. "Yes. If we didn't, both our people would be endangered." For a moment, silence filled the room. Then Lysara nodded slowly. "You protected not just me, but your species and mine. It was a painful choice, but a wise one." Rhea was surprised at how calmly she accepted it. Lysara added softly, "Humans truly are adaptable. Even in fear, you think clearly." Rhea pulled a chair beside her. "We need to talk about the Draxians. I need to know what we're facing." Lysara's expression grew serious. "I will tell you," she said. "But be warned, the Draxians do not stop. If they mark this sector once, they will return." Rhea leaned forward. "Then teach us how to survive them." Lysara's golden eyes glowed brighter. "Very well, I will show you." And so, as the Aurora Lance drifted through quiet space, a new alliance began to form, one that would shake the galaxy. The Aurora Lance drifted through silent space, cruising far from the wreckage of the Solari ship. Inside, the atmosphere was tense but focused. Everyone knew the Draxians might return. Everyone knew their next move could decide the future of both humans and Solari. Captain Rhea Morgan walked through the corridor toward the briefing room, her boots clicking softly on the floor. She had called for an urgent meeting with the senior crew, and Queen Lysara had requested to join. When Rhea entered, she found the crew already seated around the holographic table. A moment later, the doors slid open again, and Lysara stepped in. Now fully recovered, the alien queen's presence commanded attention. Her tall frame glowed softly, and her silver skin reflected the lights like polished metal. Though she moved with grace, her golden eyes burned with determination. "Thank you for including me," Lysara said. Rhea nodded. "We're in this together. Please, take a seat." Lysara rested her hands on the table. "Then allow me to explain the truth. The Draxian Dominion has been hunting my people for generations. We are Lightborn, peaceful creators and explorers. But the Draxians, they seek only conquest." Haru leaned forward. "Why are they after your people specifically?" Lysara looked at him with a steady gaze. "They want what we protect. Our cores." The humans exchanged confused looks. Rhea asked, "Cores? What are those?" Lysara raised her hand and projected a small sphere of golden light from her palm. It hovered above the table, glowing softly. "This is a Solari core," she said. "Every Solari carries one inside. It is not just biology, it is living energy, able to power ships, heal wounds, and support entire cities. The Draxians believe that if they harvest our cores, they will become unstoppable." Silence filled the room. Silva whispered, "That's why they destroyed your ship." Lysara nodded. "They wanted me. Queens hold the strongest cores. If they captured me, they would gain the power to create weapons of unimaginable strength." Rhea's jaw tightened. "And now that you're with us, humans are involved." "Yes," Lysara said quietly. "The moment you helped me, your species became part of the conflict." The room grew heavy with the weight of her words. Rhea stepped closer to the table. "Then we need to prepare. We need to understand everything about the Draxians. Their tactics, their weaknesses." Lysara gave a faint, approving smile. "Very well. I will teach you." For the next hour, holograms filled the room. Ships, planets, battles, and alien soldiers made of dark metal armor and crimson energy. The humans watched with wide eyes as Lysara explained everything. "The Draxians are relentless," she said. "They use fear, speed, overpowering strength. Their ships move like shadows in hyperspace, and their soldiers, once they target you, they do not stop. Haru studied one hologram showing a Draxian battleship. Their armor looks tough. Lysara nodded. Solari beams barely scratch it, but humans... She paused, considering something. Humans have unpredictability. You think sideways. You adapt to chaos quickly. Rhea folded her arms. We don't have superior firepower, or advanced shields, or glowing energy cores. Lysara's eyes gleamed. But you have courage, stubbornness, and creativity. The Draxians fear what they cannot predict. Silva asked, So what do we do? Hide? Fight? Run? Lysara looked at the holographic star map. We must find the Solari Sanctuary. It is a hidden place where my people gather their strongest knowledge. There, we can warn them, regroup, and decide our next step. Rhea frowned. Do you know where it is? Yes, Lysara said. But the path is not simple. The sanctuary is shielded. Only a Solari queen knows the route, but the Draxians know that too. They will try to intercept us. Rhea nodded slowly. Then we leave now. The engines of the Aurora Lance powered up. The ship turned sharply, heading toward an uncharted part of the sector. Stars streaked across the windows as they slipped into warp. The journey would take hours, so Rhea walked to the observation deck to think. Lysara joined her, stepping beside her quietly. Together they watched the stars slide by like silver rain. You carry a lot on your shoulders, Lysara said gently. Rhea shrugged. Responsibility comes with the badge. Lysara tilted her head. Humans feel so deeply. Your emotions guide your strength. Rhea chuckled softly. Sometimes too much. Not too much, Lysara said. Just different. They stood together in silence for a moment. Then Lysara asked, Do you regret saving me? Rhea did not hesitate. Not even for a second. Lysara lowered her eyes. Then the galaxy might turn because of your choice. Hours passed. As the ship approached the coordinate range Lysara indicated, the crew prepared for possible danger. Haru watched the sensors carefully. Approaching the edge of the nebula veil. On the screen, a swirling sea of blue and purple clouds appeared, thick, glowing gas floating across space like a living curtain. Silva whispered, It's beautiful. Rhea nodded. Lysara, is this part of the path? Yes, the Queen said. The sanctuary lies beyond the veil. But the gas clouds will interfere with our sensors, Haru added. We'll be partly blind. That is the point, Lysara replied. The sanctuary remains hidden because this nebula disrupts scanning, but it will also disrupt the Draxians. Rhea grinned. Then let's dive in. The Aurora Lance moved into the nebula veil. The colors surrounded the ship, swirling like glowing smoke. The hull vibrated as charged particles brushed against it. Haru frowned at his console. We're losing external readings. Rhea tapped the comm. Engineering. Keep shields steady. We don't know what kind of particles we're moving through. A voice crackled back. Shields holding, Captain, but we'll need to avoid sudden bursts. Understood. The deeper they flew, the more the nebula thickened. Colors danced across the windows, blue, purple, pink, gold, like a cosmic storm frozen in slow motion. Lysara closed her eyes. We are close. I can feel the sanctuary's presence. Suddenly, a loud alarm beeped on the bridge. Haru stared at the screen. Captain, we've got a problem. Rhea turned sharply. What is it? Something just entered the nebula behind us. Lysara's eyes widened. Draxians! The sensors flickered, struggling to form a clear picture, but the signature was unmistakable. Heavy energy spikes, sharp metallic readings, and crimson pulses. They followed us, Rhea muttered. Haru added, They must have predicted our destination. Rhea stood tall. Battle stations! Full alert! The Aurora Lance pushed deeper into the nebula. The Draxian ship closed in behind them, slicing through the clouds like a predator tracking its prey. Red energy pulses flashed through the fog. "Brace!" Rhea shouted. A blast hit the right shield. The ship shook violently. Silva grabbed a railing. "How are they seeing through this fog?" Lysara replied urgently. "Draxians use blood sense scanners. They track energy frequencies. They can detect Solari energy anywhere." Rhea turned to her. "Can they track your energy?" "Yes," Lysara said quietly. Rhea clenched her jaw. "Then we need to mask it." Haru asked. "How?" Lysara closed her eyes. "I can dim my core, but only briefly." "Do it," Rhea said. Lysara placed her hand over her chest. Her glowing lines dimmed until her skin looked almost normal. No light, no shine. Haru gasped. "Their tracking just dropped." Rhea grabbed the helm. "Then we turn now." The Aurora Lance made a sharp dive downward into the thickest part of the nebula. Colors blurred past as the ship zigzagged, dodging enemy fire. The Draxian ship blasted again, missing by meters. Haru shouted, "We're losing them!" Silva sighed with relief. "Finally," but Lysara's voice cut through softly. "Captain Rhea, my core cannot stay dim much longer." "How long?" Rhea asked. "Minutes." Rhea's eyes hardened. "Then we need to reach the sanctuary entrance now. Haru, find us a path." Haru scanned frantically. "I'm trying. Wait, I see something. A faint energy line hidden in the gas. Could be a trail." Lysara nodded. "Yes, follow that." Rhea pushed the throttle. The Aurora Lance raced through the nebula as the trail grew brighter, thin golden strands guiding them like a cosmic road. Behind them, the Draxian ship roared through the fog, still searching. Haru shouted, "The trail leads to a structure. Captain, I think we found the sanctuary gate." Rhea stared ahead. Something massive floated in the fog, an enormous ring of crystal and gold, perfectly circular, glowing with ancient power. Mist swirled around it, hiding its true size. Silva whispered, "What is that?" Lysara stepped forward, eyes shining with hope. "The Gate of Light. We are here." But the Draxians were closing in again. Rhea pointed ahead. "Take us through the gate," Haru shouted. "Hold on!" The Aurora Lance surged forward. The ring lit up, golden lines tracing its shape. The Draxian ship burst from the fog behind them, crimson light flashing. One final blast streaked toward the humans, and the Aurora Lance shot through the gate in a blinding flash of light. Everything vanished. When the world came back, they were somewhere else entirely. A calm, golden void surrounded them. Stars floated like fireflies. Strange structures hovered nearby, crystal towers, swirling energy bridges, and glowing rivers of light. Lysara whispered with awe, "This is the Solari Sanctuary." Rhea exhaled slowly. They had made it, but the danger was not gone, because the gate behind them began to flicker, and something dark tried to force its way through. The Aurora Lance floated inside the golden void of the sanctuary, silent, suspended, weightless. None of the humans spoke. None even moved. They were too stunned by the beauty around them. Crystal towers rose from invisible ground, glowing rivers flowed through empty space, and shimmering bridges connected floating islands of light. Everything seemed alive, breathing softly, as if the entire place had a heart. But the peace was quickly broken. A deep rumble echoed behind them. The gate of light flickered, and through its glowing edge, a dark shape pushed forward. Haru's voice trembled. "Captain, the Draxian ship is trying to force entry." Rhea stared at the gate as the black metal prow of the enemy vessel punched through the barrier, tearing golden energy apart like cloth. "How is that possible?" Silva whispered. Lysara's face grew cold with fear. "They are using my trail. Even dimmed, my core leaves a faint signature. They found it." Rhea grabbed the railing. "Engineering, maximum shield strength. Haru, Scan for defenses. But Haru shook his head. Captain, this place isn't built for war. There are no weapons, no turrets, nothing. The Draxian ship pushed farther through the gate, red lights blazing like a giant predator sinking its claws into a protected nest. Lysara stepped forward. They want me. If I leave this ship, they may follow me out of the sanctuary instead of attacking you. Rhea turned sharply. No, that's not happening. Lysara's voice was quiet but firm. If they capture me here, the sanctuary falls, and my people lose everything. Rhea clenched her fists. We won't let that happen. Humanity doesn't abandon friends. The Draxian ship finally broke through. Its massive form hovered in the sanctuary like a shadow poisoning the golden glow. Alarms rang throughout the Aurora Lance. Haru shouted, "They're powering their weapons!" Silva looked at Rhea with worry. Captain, we can't outrun them, and our weapons won't scratch that hull. Rhea stared at the dark shape. She knew all of this, but she also knew something the Draxians didn't. Humans never give up. Lysara, Rhea said, is there anything in this sanctuary that can help us? Anything at all? Lysara closed her eyes. The cores. The sanctuary holds thousands of Solari cores, but they are protected. Only a queen can awaken them. Rhea stepped closer. And if you awaken them? Lysara opened her eyes, glowing brighter. Then the sanctuary will defend itself. Haru lifted his head. What does that mean? Lysara looked at the Draxian ship grimly. It means light will rise. Rhea nodded. Then let's do it. Under Lysara's guidance, the Aurora Lance flew toward a large crystal platform floating in the center of the sanctuary. The Draxians followed immediately, firing warning shots that crackled violently in the golden air. Haru dodged as best he could, weaving between light pillars. Lysara touched her chest. The glowing lines across her body brightened, slowly at first, then rapidly, like a star heating up from the inside. Silva watched in awe. Is she okay? No, Lysara said calmly. But I must do this. When the ship reached the platform, Rhea ordered, Open the hatch. Lysara, you're coming with me. Haru shouted, Captain, it's too dangerous. Rhea didn't look back. We don't get to choose safe options today. The hatch opened, and Rhea, Silva, and Lysara stepped onto the glowing platform. The air outside felt warm, almost alive. Light moved across the surface like water. Above them, the Draxian ship aimed its main cannon. Lysara raised both hands, palms outward. Stand back, she warned. Rhea and Silva moved behind her. Golden energy burst from Lysara's hands. It shot across the platform, racing into cracks and patterns hidden beneath the surface. The entire sanctuary began to rumble. The rivers of light brightened, blindingly bright. Crystal towers vibrated. Floating islands started glowing like miniature suns. Silva gasped. She's waking everything! The Draxian ship fired. A massive red beam shot toward the platform, but before it could strike, a wall of golden energy erupted from the ground, blocking the attack like a shield made of sunlight. The beam exploded harmlessly. Rhea stared up at the barrier. Incredible! Lysara's voice echoed through the sanctuary, stronger than ever. The light answers. Golden lines shot across the sky. The sanctuary itself was waking up, responding to the Queen's call. More beams erupted from the floating towers, forming a dome of shimmering energy around the humans and the platform. The Draxian ship charged again, trying to break through. But the golden shield held firm. Lysara sank to her knees, exhausted. Silva grabbed her helplessly. Lysara, stay with us! The Queen breathed hard. I can still do more. Rhea knelt beside her. Tell us what to do. Lysara pointed weakly to a crystal spire rising above them. Take me there. The heart of the sanctuary is at the top. If I reach it, I can release the full power. Rhea immediately lifted Lysara's arm over her shoulder. Then let's move. They started climbing the luminous walkway that spiraled up the tower. Each step pulsed with golden light. The structure felt warm, humming gently beneath their feet. Haru's voice crackled through Rhea's comm. Captain, the Draxian ship is firing everything it has. I don't know how long the shield will hold. Just keep dodging, Rhea answered. We'll handle the rest. Silva helped support Lysara as they climbed higher and higher. The Queen's glow flickered, sometimes strong, sometimes faint. They reached the top. The heart of the sanctuary floated before them, an enormous orb of pure golden energy turning slowly in midair. Its light washed over their faces, warm and calming. Lysara reached toward it, trembling. Place me near it, she whispered. Rhea and Silva supported her as she touched the orb. At the moment of contact, light exploded. The sanctuary woke completely. A wave of golden energy rushed outward, expanding in all directions. It blasted across the void, hitting the Draxian ship with such force that the metal hull warped and twisted. The ship's weapons overloaded. Explosions tore through its sides. Haru shouted over comms, "Captain, the Draxian ship is falling apart. The energy is too much for them." The golden wave grew brighter, hotter, stronger. The Draxian ship tried to retreat, pulling back through the gate. But the gate closed like a shutting mouth. The dark vessel was trapped, and then dissolved into pure light. Silence returned. Rhea and Silva shielded their eyes as the last of the energy faded. Lysara collapsed, her glow dimming completely. "Lysara!" Rhea cried, catching her. The alien queen opened her eyes slowly. "The sanctuary is safe. The Draxians cannot enter now." Rhea exhaled with relief. "You did it." Lysara shook her head faintly. "No, we did." Hours later, the crew of the Aurora Lance stood with Lysara before a group of arriving Solari, tall, glowing beings who emerged from the sanctuary's heart with calm, regal presence. One of them approached Rhea. "You saved our queen. You defended our sanctuary. You protected light itself. For that, we owe the humans a debt." Rhea bowed slightly. "We didn't do it for a reward. We did it because it was right." The Solari leader smiled. "Your species is young, but full of promise." Lysara stepped forward weakly but proudly. "The humans risked everything to help me. Their bravery, their adaptability. It is beyond what even our scholars imagined." The Solari turned to Rhea. "Humanity and Solari shall stand together. From this day, you are allies." Rhea smiled. "Together, we're stronger." The golden void brightened around them, as if approving the alliance. Later, as the Aurora Lance prepared to leave, Lysara stood by Rhea on the observation deck. "You changed the fate of two civilizations, Captain," Lysara said softly. "The Draxians will not forget this loss, but neither will we forget your courage." Rhea looked at the stars. "Whatever comes next, humans will be ready." Lysara studied her with warm, proud eyes. "Yes, humans are born ready. You adapt. You stand tall, and you never stop trying." Rhea chuckled. "That's us." The queen extended her hand. Rhea took it firmly. Together they watched the sanctuary glow behind them, safe, strong, and shining. And then the Aurora Lance soared into the stars once more. Humanity stepping boldly into a future filled with danger, hope, and endless possibility. The end, for now.